In episode 2 of The Queen Who Crowns, we see Cheryong being forced to prepare herself to serve the king despite her strong objections. She constantly pleads for the queen to help her, but soon she's moved to her own living quarters, which are separate from the queen's residence. Through a flashback, we learn about Che, Ryong's past, as a young slave who was abandoned by her mother. Wonjeong, the queen, took her in and raised her as her own. Even though Che, Ryong's situation has changed, Wonjeong makes sure she is treated justly in her new home. However, Wonjeong makes it clear that while she understands Cheryong is not to blame, she will not allow her to return to her former role in the royal household. Later in the episode, the queen commands that Prince Bin start his studies. When she finds out he is not interested, she punishes him physically, which angers Yong-sil. In response, Yong-sil boldly confronts the queen, bringing up her own connection with the king and shaming Wonjeong in the process. This confrontation escalates, leading to the queen slapping Yong-sil in retaliation. Meanwhile, Won, Yeong's brothers, inform her about the king's increasing aggression toward them. The queen, suggesting they should be careful, advises them to consider stepping down from their positions to avoid further problems. In a different part of the palace, Yong-sil tries to manipulate Cheryong into forming an alliance with her. However, Cheryong decides to take charge of the situation herself. She disguises herself as a servant and storms into the queen's chambers, asking to return to her previous role as a maid. Wonjeong remains cold and resolute, turning down her plea and sending her away. Realizing how vulnerable she is in the palace, Cheryong decides to bribe one of the king's court ladies to arrange a meeting with the king. Meanwhile, Yong-sil uses her bruised cheek as a way to manipulate the king and create more tension. As the palace drama continues, the king gets an invitation from his father, Taijo, to attend an event at a Buddhist temple where a ceremonial metal bell is to be presented. This raises suspicion because the royal family officially adheres to Neo-Confucianism, making this invitation unusual. Unable to say no to his father, the king agrees to go. At the same time, the queen receives information that suggests the bell might be part of a larger scheme. In another twist, Cheryong successfully entices the king to come to her chambers. She makes a deal with him. If he reveals secrets about the queen's private talks with her brothers, he will promise to visit her twice a month. As the king and queen arrive at the temple, the queen's spy uncovers a dark secret about the metal bell. The episode concludes with a suspenseful cliffhanger showing Taejo preparing to strike at the king with a spiked iron ball.